Hello, welcome back. So today I decided to do a tag video and I figured we're gonna do something that's a little different. We're just gonna do a standard tag that's not even associated with the witchy community at all. But I liked it and I thought it'd be fun to talk about, so that's what we're doing today. So I'll have the questions and the place that I found the questions linked in the description down below. So question 1, what is your favorite Thanksgiving dish? Now if we're going with actual food and not desserts, I like to take the mashed potatoes and corn and mix it. That's my favorite. I don't know why, I just always have loved mixing those, but if it's anything served at Thanksgiving, I love pecan pie. That is my favorite. And as much as I love pumpkin pie, pecan pie at Thanksgiving is the way to go. Number 2, what is your favorite side dish? Well, again, the mashed potatoes and corn thing, but I'm gonna try to not repeat things, so I'm gonna go with the rolls that my grandma used to make and now I get to make. Number 3, I feel like I already answered this. If it's supposed to be your favorite dish, they're all the same thing. What's your favorite Thanksgiving dessert? I already answered that. I didn't actually look at these questions. I picked this tag a month ago and forgot them. But yeah, so my favorite is pecan pie. Specifically, I like the frozen one. I think it's Marie Callender's is the brand. But you just thaw it and that's it. And then it's done. You don't have to cook it. And that's magical when you're doing so much cooking on that day. Number 4, what are you most thankful for? I think I'm most grateful and thankful for my family allowing me the time to work on this. And obviously it's starting to finally pay off, and it's allowing me to write 2 books at the same time, upload regularly for multiple channels, and it's just fun. And I'm really glad that they're able to help me support the bills and just regular living, whilst slowly the trickle is coming in, but there's absolutely no way I could afford any of our bills. I might be able to buy 2 bags of flour currently a month. So it's not a lot yet, but it's getting there. It's definitely better than it used to be. But yeah, they allow me to do what I want to do and they don't really mind. So very grateful for those guys. They assume I'm fancy with number 5. What does your ideal Thanksgiving outfit look like? So, you know the episode of Friends where Joey has the maternity pants on? Something like that. Because much like Joey, my belly loves to bloat anytime I eat. That's pretty normal for the human body. It does expand when you fill it with food. That's what it's supposed to do. And so wearing really constructive clothing isn't comfy, but also I don't care. I wear jeans all the time. They are my comfy clothes. We don't dress up really for the holidays, and so it's just, I'm probably gonna wear jeans and a t-shirt. What is your best Thanksgiving memory? There's varying ones. I do miss having Thanksgiving dinner over at my grandparents' house when they were still alive and kicking, because my grandma would home cook everything, hence the homemade rolls, but she would make everything by scratch. And so that was always fun. We used to have a kids table back when obviously I was a kid, and there was a lot more people that would go. And then over the years there's been a handful of ones that stood out, like the time I ended up being with my dad because my parents are divorced. So one Thanksgiving I was with my dad, we ended up doing our own and so we tried to figure out how to cook a turkey. I don't know that he's ever tried to do that himself really, and how to season it for Thanksgiving. And then we had my grandpa come over and the 3 of us had a Thanksgiving dinner, and it was a wild ride trying to figure out how to cook everything. And it kind of turned out, but it was hilarious to look back on as an adult and be oh my god. Number 7, what is your least favorite Thanksgiving dish? I mean, I don't really know that I have a least favorite, but also we don't really have that many dishes that I don't like. I guess some people do a lot of more specialty random dishes, and there's been a number of years, especially when we were vegan, that people would make us stuff and it was not great. I'm not a huge fan of mushrooms, and having mushroom based everything was I'm slowly learning to appreciate vegetables, but it's still one that I absolutely hate. It's only recently that I've appreciated what is a green pepper and adding that to a bunch of different foods. But still, it's I'm not there with mushrooms yet. And that was the main ingredient for everything. But now that we're not vegan, I'm kind of cool with whatever, because I'm making everything, so there's not one that I don't really love. At least that I can think of. Because most of the ones that I've gone to, it's always been the same, I don't know, 6 or so dishes that you bring out and cook. and I don't not like any of them. Number 8, do you have any quirky Thanksgiving traditions? I don't know if it's quirky because I feel like it's like 50-50 split, but we're those people that you have to have your Christmas decorations up by the time Thanksgiving night rolls around. Because a lot of times we would switch up which house you would go to for the holidays, and so that was when people could see and appreciate your decorations. My grandma was huge into decorating, that's where I got it from. And so I always remember her beautiful Christmas tree, and she'd have like her Christmas village underneath, and so I now strive to have that same level. And so I don't know if that counts as quirky, because again, a lot of people do that. Other than that, we don't have a lot of like, ooh, crazy out there. Number 9, what role do you play on Thanksgiving? I feel like this is designed for a large group of people. It's usually me and my mom in the kitchen cooking, so cook, I guess. Where do you and your family usually celebrate Thanksgiving? My house. Number 11, what do you love most about Thanksgiving? Food. It's so much good food. It's like the perfect way to end the year, where you just have like this big like final feast, and then we lead into the cold and the winter. And I mean, granted, we've had some snowstorms, but usually this is like the last bit before it's really the heart of winter and we really move into the Christmas season. And it's just nice to have a really good like time around the house, and it always smells really good. Number 12, do you receive gifts on Thanksgiving? Who gives gifts on Thanksgiving? I guess if you don't see them in the coming year, and like that's like your Christmas time too, but no, that's weird. And 13, what do you think has changed the most since the first Thanksgiving? So I feel like we're learning a lot more now about the history of Thanksgiving and how kind of sketchy it is on a good day. So I don't know if we're going like that far back, or if it's like your first Thanksgiving that you remember. So we're gonna go with my first Thanksgiving that I remember versus now. So things that have changed since my first Thanksgiving. Because again, if we're going to the past, it's a not good time for like anybody. Because like sexism, racism, a lot more the classism going on too, probably. Like it was just like not a good time unless you were like a rich landowning white dude. Because everyone else just kind of sucked. So, you know, like a lot's changed since then. Still not great, but we're getting there. So from my Thanksgivings that I remember, like the very first ones that I can think of, a lot's changed. A lot of the people that used to be around are now gone. We've had a lot of those people who are now gone and our ancestors. We don't talk to a lot of the family. And now I'm just a lot more content with it being a very small little group. We have like 5 people this year, and so it's just small, but I kind of prefer it that way. That way it's just a little bit more intimate, and it's, you know, eventually I might be able to gather my group of people. But like I love the idea of like Friendsgiving, where if you don't have family you come over to like your friend's house. I like that idea. I don't have a lot of friends so we don't really have that either. But yeah, I've kind of accepted that I like it being a small little thing with just me and my family. So anyways, this was kind of a weird tag, not usually my forte of what I talk about, but I figured this would just kind of be fun to do. So for those of us who celebrate Thanksgiving in whatever ways you do, I would love to hear what you are doing with all of these random questions that feel kind of repeated, but it's fine. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Thank you to my patrons. I will have their names here on the screen. If you would like to support me and get access to exclusive content, it is patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. Make sure to like and subscribe. I post every single day, and until tomorrow, thank you so much for watching, and blessed be.